Like you'd be top tier. You'd be in this upper echelon of trading.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Nux Trades here. Today we're going to be covering how I use inversion fair value gaps and how I apply it to my model. Before we get into that, make sure you guys drop me a like, comment, and subscribe on my YouTube in this video. I'll be doing these videos recapping every once a couple of days. Make sure you give me a Twitter follow at Nux Trades, spelled the same as my YouTube handle and on the screen right here. And if you're interested, I do offer a free Discord link in my bio. In that Discord, I give daily commentary on price action, and we have a lot of good dudes in there who are helping people learn the model, as am I. Um, yeah, in this inversion video today, I'm going to be covering. I actually posted a Twitter thread that I can um, link in my Discord and on my Twitter. It's on both those. So if you're interested in that, I'll probably go a little bit more in depth in this video, but you can see some more of that in the on my Twitter. Also, if you're interested, Apex is having an 80% off sale right now. If you click the link in my bio, I have a link in there that'll take you straight to the page to purchase. And lastly, I just want to say that this is not financial advice. This is clearly just reading what is happening with price action. But nonetheless, we'll dive right into how I use inversion fair value gaps. So first of all, I want to start off by drawing it, uh, by doing a little drawing here. So if we can imagine these lines as our times, we can do right here will be our midnight open, and this is our 8 o'clock open here, and then we'll say this is our 1300 afternoon session right here, New York PM. Okay, so let's just say overnight price action. We have some movements, just various movements here. Imagining this as a chart, obviously. Um, and we pump up, and then we come back down, right? Okay, cool. So now we flip to the New York AM session, right, which is this right here, and we now have a high and a low created. So this will be our high, and then this would be what our low is put in right here. And then our overnight low is right here. All right, and then we get open here, and we raid this high. So we have our high rate here, and let's imagine that we have a fair value gap created on this price leg, like right here. So imagine this is a fair value gap created on this price leg. So if you see within here, the next or the nearest market structure shift would have to be right here. So this would be our nearest market structure shift right here. Our nearest market structure shift would be here, which is pretty far down on the price leg, right? So instead, we're going to be looking at this fair value gap here, and that's going to be our interest, right? So price knifes back down through, and what I'm looking for is a close through this fair value gap here, which would create our inversion fair value gap. So that's what I'm looking for there. And then the next thing I'm looking for is, so once we close below this, I'm saying that this is enough to convince me that we are going to go lower, because if we were going to continue higher, we want to see bullish PD arrays, like a bullish fair value gap respected. So if this was going to play out, this is how we would want this to look if we were bullish, right? We'd want it to wick back down in there and then continue higher. But since we've already rated the overnight high, the only way we're looking to go is lower. So I like the close through here. I'm using this as a new bias or a bias confirmation that we're going to go lower. So the next thing I'm looking for is a fair value gap created bearish, a bearish fair value gap created after we close through this bullish candle or bullish fair value gap making an inversion. So we can go back up. That doesn't matter to me. And then we dump here and we get a fair value gap here. Granted, this would also be counted as a market structure shift for me, so we wouldn't really need to use the inversion here, but I'll draw it different just so we have a different look other than the market structure shift. So let's just say we create a bearish fair value gap in here. So what I'm saying is that this fair value gap should work since we've already inversed the bullish fair value gap. So now that our bias is confirmed to be bearish, we want to take the entry on this bearish fair value gap right here. And of course, targeting 1-to-1 with a 5 handle stop. Ignore this, just imagine this is 5 handles to the high here. And then we'll target 1-to-1. So that's how I'm playing a inversion fair value gap. I'm not actually taking an entry on the inversion. I'm solely using inversion fair value gaps as a confirmation of bias to go lower when we don't have a market structure shift. So really, this is just advanced market structure shift theory. That's kind of how I'm doing it, and that's how I encourage you to forward test it and see how you like that. There was actually one that did occur today that I can walk through real quick. We didn't really have the best look at it today. Um, I'll show you why. So we get another raid of our low here, right here, and then as you can see, we have these two fair value gaps that are bearish right here, and we'll draw them out. So bearish fair value gaps created on this price leg down. And let me zoom in so we can see this better. So this fair value gap right here, and then we have a very small fair value gap in here. So we close above this bearish fair value gap right here, and we actually end up making a bullish fair value gap as well, a very tiny one, which that's fine. I'm still taking that. Um, so we create a fair value gap, get the fill here, and as you can see, it just runs, right? So the reason why this gets a little confusing is because we didn't close above this fair value gap as well. So I actually did not take this play today because I would have liked to see us close above the 1025 fair value gap as well, not just this one right here. So this was a play that I sat out. I know people in the Discord took this play and they banked off it. So good for them. Personally, that's just not something I'm willing to do, especially when I see a wick like this and then we go back down. I'm thinking we're going to keep continuing down. So I would have liked to see us close above this as well. But there is another example. Let me find it. Okay. Believe it was on this day. All right, so let's mark out our um, highs and lows here. It might have been up here actually. Yep, right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I don't need to mark out the overnight high because we definitely rated. I mean, the overnight high was here, for example, and we rated that. Okay, so now we're looking for a short setup, and you can see our bullish fair value gap right here that gets created. So bullish fair value gap gets created right here, and we close below it, which is what we're looking for. So now we've inversed this bullish fair value gap while creating another fair value gap right here. So we've created another fair value gap here, entry right there, and then we dump. So this is one that I did actually take. Um, and we can put our stop above this high, should be safe above the high. 3.25 handles, we can target 1R, partial at 1R, and then we can target the rest of 5 handles. So there would be 1R, would have delivered almost on the same candle, and then we can push for 5 handles on the second partial. That's how I'm personally playing them right now. I mean, you can aim for 2R because on those two trades we've looked at just now, it's gone way over 2R. But I'm doing it very conservatively right now, just because it's something that I'm still new to live trading. But I just wanted to give you guys the update on how I'm trading this going forward and a little expansion on what my Twitter thread was about. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, the inversion stuff is very interesting. Personally, I'm still not using them as entries. I'm just going to be using them as market structure shifts. Uh, I mean, that's just how I'm going to be doing going forward. And if you're interested in more of this, make sure you go to my Twitter and look at that thread and and give it a like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, and until next time, Nux Trades, peace.